Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. The children have started to arrive. I have got Davy, Finn, Harvey, Beth. That's it at the moment. Waiting for Christopher to arrive, waiting for Ethan to arrive. And then we've got to go and do the school run in about 15 minutes. It's all starting. There he goes. Oh, what's he doing? That looks fun. Here he comes. He's minding the tree, I think. Yeah, he's trying to get past the tree, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. There he goes.
Ow.
Or maybe he's turning round. I think he was turning round, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You see his caterpillar tracks? Yeah, did you see his caterpillar tracks to help him move across the mud and the gravel? Yeah, he has different wheels to cars, doesn't he? When it wasn't a Pippa day, you saw that digger?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been building the houses, haven't they?
Ow.
No, he turned around. He came out, turned around, went back in again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he not fit through all these trees?
I guess he just needed to turn his wheels around and it was the easiest way.
Who's up there?
Oh, look at the blackberries at the top of that tree. Well spotted. They're so high up that nobody's eaten them. Those must be for the birds.
I think they are.
There are. Oh, two big brambles hanging down.
Let's see if we both see more blackberries.
Good plan. Go on then, boys. You see if you can find blackberries.
Oh. No.
Oh, no, those are some other berries. Those ones are rose hips. So you can't eat those. Yeah, I can reach those ones. You please. They're not as fresh as they were because they're we've had a bit of a morning frost on these now. The other day was a morning frost.
No.
Floor food. Would you like one? No? Yum. Yum. Would you like some more, Christopher?
Yeah.
Well, that looks like a nice juicy one. You'll have to pick that bit off. There's an extra bit. Oh, a little bit sour. Thank you. And one for Pip. And then we'll leave some for the birds. Yum. Yum. Oh, that one wasn't quite so sour. Which is better. We're having a nice walk. Mm-hmm. Is there a troll under the bridge? Who's that? Trip-trapping over my bridge. Chop, 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 chop. In there, is he? Who's that trip-trapping over my bridge? I've come to check out Forest School and everything is looking good. There was only one bit of litter that I found so far, which is fabby. I've not been up here for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. The building site area has been left, which is fantastic. No one's messed with it, which is really good. So we've stopped here for a little play after the school run. And then we'll go home for a snack and a drink. Everyone's quite happy. I'll show you what they're up to. They're playing in the mud kitchen. They're playing in the pirate ship. Ethan has decided to sit in the middle of a grassy section and we've said he's a tiger. But everyone's having a good time. So I've spoken to another mum this morning whose daughter was on the school bus yesterday and she said her daughter came home feeling really ill and was in floods of tears yesterday, saying that the bus was ridiculously hot. So there's a lot of them that are not happy and I said, look, contact the school because the more of us that say something about the bus, the sooner something's going to get done. And after looking at the news yesterday, before I went to bed, there's been 3,000 new positive tests confirmed every day for the last 3 days. So it's definitely on the rise. What was the other thing? Oh, from Monday, these gatherings outside of 30 people will be stopped, and it'll only be 6 people again. So things are definitely heading in the wrong direction. Yeah, I think we are headed for another lockdown. Who knows? I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. They are putting some measures in place now, but things are not making sense. So, you know, my boy can sit on a bus of however many children with no social distancing on the bus whatsoever, and then he can't meet with his whole family in a garden. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. And because more and more of these things are not making sense, I can see a lot more people deciding to just do their own thing, to be honest. It's crazy. What have you bought me, Finn? Oh, careful. Oh, what? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
That's a coach. Coachman? Coach something beetle?
Ale.
It's a beetle. I can't remember its exact name. A coach. Devil's Coachman, I think it's called. You see how his tail comes up in the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's called, I think it's a Devil's Coachman. He's cool, isn't he?
We need that pan.
I think he might need to be released. Shall we let him out?
Yeah.
Because I think he might have got stuck. It's a good job he came along. Let's tip him out.
Yeah.
That's it. Turn it upside down and pat the pan, and he'll fall out.
And then does he pretty like the grass?
He does like the grass. That's it. Give it a bang, bang, bang like you're making a sandcastle. Right, lift it up. Has he come out? Yeah, he's running around in the grass somewhere now. Well done.
We need to make some pancakes.
Go on then.
We need that pan.
It's a little bit wet, is it, Ethan? Are you sat in the long grass like a tiger? Ready to catch its prey? Are you stalking a gazelle? You have to jump out of the grass and go, "Roar, I'm a tiger! Gonna get my dinner!" Look, I think there's a tiger hiding in the grass, Christopher. It's called an Ethan tiger. Finn, am I boring you? Am I boring you? Sorry, am I boring you? Yes. You cheeky thing. I'm doing an IMO package parcel situation here because I don't have any brown paper left. So, yeah, it's going wrapped in.
It looks like a loaf of bread.
It does look like a loaf of bread, actually. Yeah, I saw it on the table at one point and thought, oh, it's one of those, yeah, can't remember. Warburtons. I'm loving the literally spiky hair, finger in socket look. Yep, that's how you look.
Oh, my lungs.
My lungs. Are you writing, Ethan? Can I take this, please, sweetie? Thanks.
If you see Mummy.
Yeah, we'll see a bit later, won't we?
Yeah.
Yes. Whoa, what are you writing?
Me.
Do you want a paintbrush to do some writing?
Yeah.
Shall I get you both a paintbrush? Hold on then. How's it going? Doing a good build there? Ooh, balanced. Like it.
That one.
That one, green one. Uh-oh. It all fell down.
Yeah.
Picnic. Why are you sitting away from everybody else? Having your own spot, are you? Yeah. Shall I go get you some more water? I'll go fill it up for you. Christopher, where's your water, love?
It's on the phone.
Okay, if you're thirsty, do you want to grab it, yeah?
Later.
Later, yeah.
Yeah. Home time.
Is it nearly home time? A bit later.
Home.
Nearly home time, yeah. Is there a reason you're not sitting with your friends?
No.
Did you just want to sit over there? You're sitting next to a hedgehog. Are you having a picnic with a hedgehog? Yeah. Your friend the hedgehog. And you two are having a picnic together? Yeah. We'll have to go get Bethy Boo soon.
Yeah.
Then we'll watch the Bee movie and have chill out time in the van.
Yeah.
In the caravan.
Yes. Beth.
With Beth, yeah.
Is it home time?
Nearly home time, yeah, a bit later.
Home.
Nearly, yeah. That's a big tall tower. And they have, oops, held it up with stickle bricks. I like that. Good construction there. Schwizzles. Was it Schwizzles stuff you've got?
Yes.
Brendan's been spending his hard-earned first week's pay pack at the job he did last week.
Ta-da.
On a very large bag of sweets. And this fits in beautifully with my trip to the Schwizzles factory.
Not an obscene quantity.
Yes, that is an obscene quantity. So yes, anyone who wants to go to my new meals video from last week, you will see the Schwizzles factory. Video plug. It'll pop up at the end of this video. I'll make sure that it goes to the Swizzle factory video.
You want these? Don't remember.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, yeah, okay, I'll have one of them.
You weren't being specific.
No, I was not being specific.
They have palm violet.
They should do. It would be illegal to not have Parma violet.
Yeah.
I cannot see a single Parma violet in there.
You can buy just lone
Can you?
ginormous packs of palm violets.
I suppose you either love them or hate them. They're like Marmite.
Larry King. No, I mean, he looks like you, and he has a show with suspenders and different colored dots behind him. Next week on Be Larry King.
Well, it's about 2 o'clock and I'm just going to chillax for a little bit. I've got a movie on for the little ones. They've all fallen asleep. Christopher wasn't quite asleep, but I don't think he's far off being asleep. So I'm just sitting here where I can see the caravan, drinking tea while they watch their movie. These days are going very, very quickly. It's this whole school run thing. That's what it is. The school runs that I've done this week, because I've had so many of them, it's like I'm backwards and forwardsing, that the day goes so quick. It's 2:45. I'll be picking the kids up in 45 minutes. And also I think the other thing that makes a day seem shorter is I haven't got the before and after schoolers for quite as long as normal, because parents are working from home still, or a lot of them are, so they're picking them up by 5:30 rather than 5:36, which suits me fine because it's quite nice finishing at 5:30. And I'm not picking the kids up till 3:30 now rather than 3 o'clock, which I was doing before, because of the staggered drop-offs. So I come in, do dinner, serve dinner, and before I know it, they're going home. And the same in the morning, they're getting dropped off, and then I'm leaving at 8:30 in the morning to do school runs, or just before 8:30 to do school runs, whereas before I would be going at just before 9 o'clock. So yeah, day goes much, much quicker, much quicker. It's funny. I wonder how it will be next week, actually, when I haven't got the middle of the day school runs, because I've been doing like 4 school runs this week a day. So we'll see how that changes. Other thing that my sister and I and, our family have been chatting about is the whole COVID thing at the moment. We kind of, and I think this is the problem with a lot of people now, is they're fed up of being told they can't spend time with their family who they know, but they can go to a pub and they can go to a restaurant with people they don't know, who they don't know if they've been sensible. They don't know if the chef's been sensible, or if they've been out partying. They could have been at a party of 30 people and then gone and cooked dinner, in the restaurant, and you just don't know. Whereas we know as a family that we're careful. And even when I was away, like up in the Peak District, there were 2 big risks I took, and that was one, helping the guy who had the accident and had to call the ambulance for, was probably my biggest risk of the whole weekend. And the second one was sitting in the Land Rover with Daryl and Keith, was probably my other biggest risk. Even though I was having meals with them in their caravan, I was sat on one sofa here. Keith was usually sat over there
on that one, and Daryl was sat over there on that one, you know, with the whole of the caravan between us. And we're talking static caravan, not little caravan, you know. So much space with the doors open. I had the window open by me. The front, you know, the front door was open because of the dogs. So, and maybe sitting next to each other and having a picnic at the top of a hill, or holding your hand out to help someone over a ditch once or twice when we were on our hikes, was the biggest risks we took. We're not sitting in a pub or, you know, going out for meals in crowded places. Lee and I and Kenzie, I think we've had lunch out once. Oh no, and Brent and Lee and I went and sat in the garden centre, didn't we, at the weekend? But other than that, we've had tea and cake out, but the tea and cake we've always sat outside. The garden centre was huge. They had their doors open as well because it's a garden centre, and there's hardly anybody there when we rocked up. And none of the tables around us got used. They were all very spread out. So even that really wasn't a risk. But yeah, it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense that we can't, technically not allowed to have myself, Lee and the boys, my mum and dad, and both my sisters and sister-in-law and nephew, because they all live together, because that's 3 households. We shouldn't be seeing each other all together. But we've come to the point where we're like, you know what, we know that we're all careful, but we don't know what everyone else is doing in the pubs and what everyone else is doing in restaurants, and we know we're not doing those things. So actually we're going to be sensible, and we are going to spend time as a family, because this is, the government guidance isn't making sense. You know, put my son on a bus of however many children, no ventilation, go and then sit in classrooms with other kids from other buses and other villages, and then come home and say you can't see family. So I think that's a bugbear for a lot of people, and I think it's beginning to show. So just my latest COVID what have you that's been chatted about, something I've been thinking about, and then my sister said it. It's like, yeah, I think that is the way a lot of people are thinking now. Yes, Ethan, in about an hour. Oh, it's all change again, isn't it? All change again. So now we've got this rule of 6 thing coming in. It just seemed to be a bit cliche city on the COVID report tonight. There were some random Latin phrases thrown in or garbled in. There was, you know, lots of info about how anybody of any age can transmit it. But definitely children are okay and they can go to school, but any age can spread it and then pass it on to the older ones. But children can go to school, it's okay, children can go to school, but any age can spread it. So yeah, clear as mud. Rule of 6. Again, we've just picked up a random phrase that sounds good and we're going to go with it. No more than 6 meeting. No more than 6 meeting in a pub. We're going to have many groups of 6. Do we have 6 groups of 6 in a pub? No more than 6 groups of 6 in a pub. No more than 6 groups of 6 in an area of 6, in a figure of 6, maybe? I don't know. How many rules of 6s can we make that sound okay? How are you going to stop groups of 6 mingling with other groups of 6 in a pub or a bar or a well, schools, it doesn't matter apparently, because it doesn't affect you in schools. It doesn't affect you in the workplace, so that's fine. You don't need to worry about it in a workplace. Home family situations, of course, the most dangerous of all. Don't do it. Just don't do it. 6, but obviously only do it if you absolutely have to, otherwise don't do it. But go to work, because that's really important. And go to the pub and spend money, because that's very important. Just mind blown. Mind blown. Makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, I've just had a little rant. I've got nothing else to say on the matter, and I'm going to go now. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, you allowed to have one of those? Rule 6. Better give you 6. 6 chances to get COVID from my kisses. Was that 6? I didn't even count, to be fair. Have 6 COVID kisses. You're welcome.